Make the earth a priority. It really is that simple.
We're here talking about wildlife.
Together, I think we can continue to put pressure on this.
Protect our wildlife!
Buck Berlaimont!
Berlaimont Estates is a proposed large lot housing development near Edwards that is completely surrounded by national forest land. The project will require miles of new paved road across public lands, some of the last remaining undeveloped habitat for wintering wildlife, and a fondly regarded recreational resource. In March of 2019, citizens gathered in Edwards for Buck Berlaimont, a rally and community town hall to voice opposition to this ill-conceived project. Participants marched with signs and listened to a panel of experts about what steps they could take to fight this development.
Here in Eagle County, our ecosystems are already threatened, with deer and elk populations decreasing dramatically over the past decade.
Think of the ecological damage, just think of it, of our fragile forest lands by building 21 large estates connected by miles of paved roads.
In the last 2 years, we've seen our counts for elk, cow-calf ratios go from in the 40s to 28. When you hit in the 30s, you can't sustain your elk herd on 30 calves per 100 cows.
Threatening these herds even further will accelerate our own trophic cascade, threatening species far beyond those individuals paved over by a road.
It's going to impact our water significantly.
This is an unreasonable request to use our public lands. As most Eagle County residents know, inholdings are different than most private parcels. They're surrounded by public lands that we all own.
And the key player here is the U.S. Forest Service. They can tell Berlaimont, no, you bought it with a dirt road, you knew that road was closed in the winter, and that's enough.
And make sure that that road doesn't become a boulevard for the wealthiest of the wealthy.
Some of those cut slopes are 28 feet tall and 800 feet long. That is a complete boundary or blockage for that deer migration.
Is going to significantly impact the wildlife that's there now. It's not just going to be a road, it's going to be access.
So every year you lose more and more habitat, you get more and more problems with water quality, and then you end up with the deer and elk more concentrated on what's left, and pretty soon you have a bare hillside.
We as state legislators, I think, take it very seriously, the district that we represent, and want to enact and legislate in a smart way to protect everything that makes this area of the state such a nice place to live and the reason why we all live here.
It's important that we really start acting responsible.
This valley, as one voice together, has to start deciding when we're going to stand by the environment that we rely on to put on our postcards.
Enough is enough. It's time to do something for wildlife and not worry about the guy's money.
We own the national forest and should not need to give it away for one special interest.
When we grow up, we will either have to spend our time fixing the mistakes of today, or we can advance society and shape the path to a better future.
If we can start keeping this culture and growing it, it'll make more people realize the importance of our public lands and our wildlife.
This smacks of what's wrong with this country today. You have a man who comes in, he's wealthy as God. He pays $9.5 million for this property up here with a dirt road to it. And now he wants government welfare to bail him out of a bad investment.
Learn more about how you can help to Buck Berlaimont at wildernessworkshop.org.